be just things which are specifically meant to be for children. And you can probably find them as inactive projects now in DistroWatch if you go there. And you have all kinds of these educational distros. I haven't heard of any release of them in recent years. They're supposed to pack things and to give you a theme that's more pleasant for children and more simple.
I mean, as a parent, I would say personally that the sort of directed educational distros probably wouldn't be as popular with parents, purely because usually you have one family PC. And you want to use it for a multitude of things.
Yeah.
And you're going to have adults on it, but then you want to have the applications for the children as well. You want a secure environment when you're surfing the net for the children, so that obviously anything inappropriate or unsuitable can't be seen.
Yeah. And you can handle that. Well, one of the things I found today, I'll talk about it later with Fedora 14, is you can have a different environment for each user, and that includes the netbook desktop for perhaps a person who wants a simpler desktop or wants one application at a time. You could do the same thing for children. Now, obviously, you can always have different users and use different desktop environment, but I cannot really think of a desktop environment which was specifically built for simplicity of children. I can think of distros to do that. I can think of Linpus, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. It's a Fedora-based Taiwanese or Korean distro that they put on the Acer netbooks, and they try to give you a whole new environment based on GNOME or based on some other environment, and they try to simplify that and give you just a very phone-like interface where you just click the applications of the screen and kind of open them separately in a full screen mode. It's an interesting experiment, but in any case, I don't think you have to separate the ages by the installation of the computer. You can actually have the same installation of the same distro, handling a whole range of ages and given a whole different set of environments for each one of the users. I think you can pick up a Ubuntu, and if you find it a bit suitable for you can always just get like KDE desktop or GNOME desktop and apt-get and basically choose this as your environment and choose to put different applications on it. But in the case of Ubuntu, I think it's based on just on GNOME desktop, so it's not a good example.
Right, well, we'll move on to my next topic, which was Facebook, and allegedly it might be preparing a Gmail killer. This story came from Information Week, and apparently Facebook's got something in the pipeline called Project Titan, which is going to be an web-based email client, presumably open to Facebook users. But from reading the news so far on it, it seems very arrogant if Facebook are to assume that every user has a Facebook account on the net. I certainly don't. Mine was deactivated a long time ago because I didn't find anything on it that I wanted to use. I don't know if you have any opinions.
I have picked up a couple of items today about Facebook this afternoon. So it's talking about a few hours ago. I found out about Project Titan on TechCrunch. Was a few hours ago, and so I'm not sure who broke the news. I don't think somebody broke the news. I think it's kind of been spread around quite a few sites. But what actually concerns me is the second article I found about Facebook today is to do with the privacy issues. Now, the Electronic Frontier Foundation back in April, it was talking about the privacy policy on the site, and they actually show how it changes over time from 2005, 2006, 2007, and they show how it's made worse and worse over time. Now, lots of people joined the site back in the days, 2005, 2006, because somebody invited them to the site, which all it does basically just marks a person as your friend. It doesn't do any chats, it doesn't let you put photos, or doesn't let you do so much as far as privacy. But once they captured your account and your details, they expand and they change the policies as you go along, and you don't have to approve. They don't have to send you email and have you click on a button to confirm your inclusion in the site. Now, you find lots of things complaining about the sharing of information, and there is a site called a new site called, I think it's called I Shared What, and it goes with a .com or .org at the end. And the site, as far as I know, it connects to your profile. You put your details, and it shows you things that you weren't aware Facebook is giving about you to advertisers or to other people. And I think that's their business model. They pick up some data and they feed on all kinds of nosy people whose afternoon activity is going around friends and trying to find their latest photos and latest secrets and who they talk to and trying to kind of check what other people are doing and especially the things that they're not supposed to tell you and you won't be able to find out if it wasn't for all kinds of cracks in on the site. And now they talk about email. Now, you know what's going to happen with emails. You know, they'll use it with advertisers as usual. That's part of the business model, is to try and use your info with, and Google is doing something similar. They actually scan your mail, they try to build a profile of you. But in the case of Facebook, the sharing of data is the scary part. What they might do with the data.
I mean, with Facebook, I mean, like I said to you before, Gmail's probably the only facility of Google's I use, and I think with Facebook, a lot of people have so much of their private life on that one site. That when you tie it in with email as well, it's and when you see how many people are on this thing now, it's almost addictive in itself, because all your friends are, a lot of your friends are on it, so you join it and then you get other people to join it, because the only way they can talk to you is via a Facebook account, and it's very unnerving. I've never been one for paranoia, but I certainly don't like this collection of personal information and so much of your life exposed.
You don't have to be on it. You don't have to be on it to be for a person to put up a photo of yours and maybe your name. So the notion of basically I don't worry about Facebook because I'm not on Facebook is just completely misguided, because you're part of the society, and as long as society is up there, behaving in a way that violates people's privacy, I think you kind of miss the picture that you are part of the society. So some people want the site to go to change the policies to kind of fix itself. What I should say, Facebook a few days ago, I wrote a post. Facebook is now going after a very, very small competition and suing them with patents. And this is really, it really takes some nerve, because this is a company, Facebook is a very unpleasant company historically, and now they go after any person who tries to compete with them with patents, and previously it was trademarks. Now you might say trademarks, obviously people cannot call themselves Facebook, but it's companies that call themselves something with face or something with book. And now Facebook kind of claims to own all kinds of titles and names that have the word face or the word book in them. And they go after this company and they give them a slap lawsuit, which means that they try to put the legal costs and the threats of costs of litigation on them and try to pressure companies out of the market. So they actually do take action to ensure they don't have competition. That kind of reminds you of what Microsoft has been doing all these years. At least that's what that makes me think of.
Well, moving on from Facebook, I think we've got a couple of Fedora-related quick posts here that I just wanted to quickly mention. The first one being, might even be a little bit of a talking point between us. It's in regards to Open Respect, John O'Bacon's website and campaign to promote respect between people with different viewpoints. There's been a few articles about this. One that was claiming that John O, prior to starting up this site, has had a discussion with somebody from the Fedora project, and he's alleged to have gone ahead and published his own Open Respect legislation, as it were, without talking to this Jared from Fedora. I don't know if you have any views on it.
I have a link. Trying to think of the guy's name. One of the journalists who's biased in favor of Fedora. You probably want to meet that, because being a journalist, they can never actually show their biases. I'll give you his name. Hold on. He works for Jupiter Media. Basically he's the one accusing the sort of Jono or Ubuntu, of trying to betray Fedora or to mischaracterize Fedora, because lots of the people who were complaining to Jono were people from the